Lowering your head. Come onto your hands and knees. And just a few rounds of cat-cow. Moving with the breath. Inhaling to look up, turning the tailbone up. So really articulating the spine. Keeping the arms straight. And then walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, come up into down dog. Walk your dog, slowly paddling through the heels. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Ragdoll, tummy to thighs, hang your head, hold onto your arms. And just swing a little side to side. Nod and shake the head. And then fingertips down, straighten your legs. If you can. You can keep them bent, but you're now going to do your elephant walk. So bend one knee, straighten the other. Feet stay flat on the mat and change. Just gently feeling into the hamstrings. And then slowly unfurling to stand, use your core, your thighs coming up. And then come to the front of the mat. Standing in mountain pose, Tadasana. We're going to go through half salutes. So not stepping back. So from mountain, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Palms to touch, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, palms to touch. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, hands to heart and stand in mountain. This time we're going to do a half salute and then step back to down dog and child's pose. And we're going to keep moving through that 3 times. So inhale, bring your palms to touch, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Then step your feet back to down dog. Inhale here. And then exhale to chair pose. Child's pose. But active child's pose. Keep the elbows lifted. Get nice and long. Another breath here. And then inhale, come to down dog. Exhale in down dog. Inhale to come forward to halfway lift. exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale to mountain. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to down dog. And exhale here. Inhale. And then come to your knees. Exhale to child's pose, active child's pose. Take another breath here. And then inhale to down dog. Exhale here. Inhale to step forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale to mountain. Last one. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to down dog. Exhale here. Inhale. And then exhale to child's pose. Inhale here. And exhale. Then inhale to down dog. Exhale here. Inhale to step forward to halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart, standing mountain. Okay, then coming down to tabletop. And then we're going to circle the right knee forward, big circles. And then same leg back the other way. And then take the right leg back. Bring the left arm forward for bird dog. Get long through the core, draw the navel in. And then on an exhale, curl knee to elbow, round through the upper back. Exhale, reach. Inhale, curl in. Exhale, reach. Last one, inhale. Exhale, and then come back to tabletop. Take a breath here. And then inhale, left leg circles forward, left knee. Keep moving with the pace, nice and steady. We're not going to go fast. And then back the other way. And then straighten the left leg. Bird dog, reach the right arm forward. Really press the floor away with that left palm. Get strong through the core. And then curl knee to elbow. And reach. Again, curl in. And reach. Last one, curling in. And reach. And come back to tabletop. Walk your knees back a little. Tuck your toes. Walk your hands forward. Puppy pose, Anahartasana, heart opening. Tailbone stays, hips stay over knees. Tailbone up, draw your forehead down. You can rest on your block if you can't reach, but you're stretching into the armpits, the sides of the rib, the shoulders. Keep your Ujjayi breath. A bit harder when your ribs are stretched. And then inhale, walk your hands back for down dog. Lift your hips. Take 3 breaths here. You can walk your dog a little, just settling in, hips going high. And lift through the back of the head so your ears are between your arms. Okay, then inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog, lower the left heel. And then you're going to roll forward. As you exhale, come up onto the ball of the left foot, come forward into 3-legged plank. And then lift back up into 3-legged dog. Exhale, 3-legged plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. This is the last one. Come forward, 3-legged plank, and then come into down dog. Other side. Inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog, lower the right heel. Come forward into 3-legged plank. So push the floor away, spread through the shoulder blades. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Rolling forward, inhale, 3-legged plank. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Last one, rolling forward. Keeping that alignment, 3-legged dog. And then coming back into high plank, drop your knees down, keep your toes tucked, and sit back through your heels. So if you can sit through your heels, if that's too intense, you can come up onto the balls of your feet and just rock forwards and back, stretching through the toes. Okay, and then drop to point your toes, sit on your heels if you can. No, if you can't sit on your heels, then you can bring your legs out in front of you, but we're going to we'll come onto hands and knees and bring the right foot in front of you, so you're staying on the left knee. And then we're going to, you can either tuck the toes and sit back towards the back heel or point the foot, but you can have, I think of those of you with knees that don't like to bend that way, you can sit up slightly, or you can even put your towel roll behind your knee. But we basically, we were trying to get the right heel down to the floor. And then you're going to sit down a little. So we're trying to feel a stretch. You want to draw this right heel back to feel a stretch in the lower part of the calf. And you're going to lean forward. So it's like you're pressing onto the front of the thigh. And then come forward. Other side. So you're trying to get the heel back so that you can lean forward onto the front thigh. So if the heel comes up, it's okay, but you want to feel a stretch. You're trying to feel a stretch in the back of the left, lower left calf. Okay, then come forward, forearms down, come into Sphinx pose. Inhale in Sphinx. Exhale here, so strong through the feet, pubic bone presses down. Inhale, and then exhale, come to locust. So we're going to turn the arms the other way. So you're going to have the backs of the hands down and then lift the arms up and turn the arms. So you want the shoulders to roll back and down and the palms are facing down. Take your feet a little wider than we would normally and inhale, lift. Exhale here. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands down for cobra. Tops of the feet pressed down, slight internal rotation of the thighs now. Inhale to cobra. So push through the palms, hips down, legs strong. And then as you push the palms down, you want to drag them towards your hips. Hug those elbows in, and then exhale, lowering down. Tuck your toes under, coming up onto your knees. And now we're going to come into forearm plank. So forearms are down, parallel. Push through the elbows, tuck the toes, lift your hips. You want to feel, if you need to drop your knees, you can drop your knees. But you want your hips down. So we're in plank. If you find it difficult to get your hips in line with your shoulders, drop your knees. Feel that hugging in. You want to hug as if the forearms and the shins are hugging towards each other. And then exhale to Sphinx. Bring the forearms forward. Inhale. Exhale. Set up for the same locust as before. Turning the arm, rolling the upper arms back, palms down. Take the feet apart. Inhale, lift. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Set up for cobra. Inhale. Cobra. So drawing the shoulders down the back, drag those hands back so you feel as if you're trying to drag your hips forward. And then exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, come up into down dog. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Slowly coming to stand. And come to the front of the mat. Sun Salute A, Surya Namaskar. So this is where it's like with runners or any sort of sport that if you think, yeah, we've got another 35 minutes, you take that as the challenge, but you pace yourself. So it's like, this is where, if you went all guns blazing, once we start to vinyasa, do the flows in between, you've got a decision where you can slow things down for yourself. But we're not going to go any faster than this pace. It's just, it's consistent. Okay, so starting with 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salute A, standing in mountain. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. So high press up to low. And then inhale to Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale to Down Dog. Take 3 breaths. Then inhale to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, palms to touch. Exhale to mountain. And again, inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down, step back, high plank, lower through chaturanga. So drop your knees if you need to, lower hips and chest. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to down dog. Take 3 breaths. Then inhale to step forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. palms to touch. And exhale, hands to heart, standing mountain. Last one. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Look up, tailbone up. Exhale, chaturanga. So step back to high plank, lowering to the mat. Inhale, cobra, hands beside ribs. Exhale to down dog. 3 breaths. Then inhale to come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, palms to touch. And exhale, hands to heart, standing mountain. Okay. Exhale, bend your knees, palms down, step back to down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, high plank, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, high plank, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow in high plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog and pause. And then inhale, bend the knee, roll the hip up. So you're twisting, press through the palms, look under the right armpit. Take another breath. And then inhale, bring the right foot all the way between your hands. Runner's lunge. Pausing here. Coming up to high lunge on the next inhale. So feet at hip distance apart, drawing the arms up, sinking the hips, but drive through that back heel, squeeze the quad. And then exhale, right hand to hip, left palm down. You want your shoulder over your hand, your core drawing in, and then you're going to revolve up to the right. So right arm, hand up to the ceiling, sink your hips. And then exhale, palms down, take a vinyasa or step back to down dog. So we're going to step back. Vinyasa is chaturanga, so high plank to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, meet everyone in down dog. Inhale, same leg, right leg lifts. Step the right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee down, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Come up onto the front thigh. And we're going to draw in through the core, draw the ribs back. And then we're going to lunge forward. And then inhale, come back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale. And then we're going to bring the left palm down. Oh, sorry, actually it's fingertips down behind the front foot. Tuck the back toes under. We're going to come to half split, Ardha Hanuman. So now we're going to take ourselves back and straighten the front leg. So you can have, if that feels really uncomfortable, you can be a little higher, but you want to draw the toes up, dig the heel in, feel the hamstring, and then rock forward. So really opening up the hips. Exhale, come back, Ardha Hanuman. Last one, come forward. Rock back. And then rocking forward, take a vinyasa or meet in down dog. So palms down, step back for high plank, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Okay, same leg. You're in down dog, the right leg lifts. You're going to bring the right foot between your hands, come up into high lunge. And while you're here, we're going to come into half moon. So if you need the block, have that in front of your mat. If you need a block, does anyone need a block? Okay, come up into high lunge, inhale. And then drop the back heel down, warrior one. Hips come forward, palms to touch. You can do the James Bond or Kali Mudra, as I discovered. Knit those ribs. And then we're going to come forward into half moon. So you're going to bring that back foot slightly forward. If you need the block, take the hand there, left hand to your hip. So we're actually going to do this twice. So this time you're going to keep your left hand to your hip and you're going to keep your gaze down. So lifting up through the back leg. You want the shoulder over the hand. So just feel into the leg, flex the left foot. And you're trying to stack shoulders, stack hips, and push through the outside edge of that back foot. Trying to lift the leg up, but keep the gaze down. One more breath. And then exhale, place the left foot back as if it was high lunge. Palms down, either down dog or a vinyasa. Rolling forward. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And then the same side. Right foot comes between your hands. Come up into high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, drop the left heel down. Warrior one, turn the hips to the front. So you want your feet separated. So you can internally rotate that back leg. Palms to touch or James Bond. And then we're going to left hand to hip, hop forward. And this time you're going to see if you can, if you're still working on it, then stay as we were looking down. Keep the left hand down. But if you feel ready to go into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, then you're going to lift through the back foot. You're trying to lift the back foot level with the hip, and then roll those left ribs open, reach up to the ceiling with the left fingertips. So really push through the outside edge of the back foot. Is your back all right if I help you? So it's roll, roll. That's it, and push through the outside edge of the back foot. And then exhale, float that foot down. And step back to down dog. Okay. This is where it's a resting pose. Keep the Ujjayi breath going. And then inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. You can do this from tabletop if your wrists are getting sore, but you roll forward into high plank, knee to nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, high plank, left knee, right elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale to high plank, left knee, left elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. And then stay here. Inhale, bend the left knee and roll that hip open. You're lowering the right heel to the mat. Starting to stack the hips, looking under the left armpit. And then the next inhale, bring that knee forward, left foot between your hands. Separate the feet. You're going to come up to high lunge. Sink your hips. And then exhale, right palm down. Draw your navel in. Inhale, left arm up. And then exhale, palms down. Take a vinyasa or waiting down dog. And then when you're back in down dog, you're going to inhale, lift the left leg up, and then bring the left foot between your hands. Drop the right knee down into low lunge. So come up onto the front thigh. Draw your navel in, engage the core, and then we're going to lunge forward. Exhale. Inhale, coming back. So really feeling into your hip, taking your attention there. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Okay, and then inhaling, you're going to bring the hands down behind your front foot, front foot, tuck your toes under. Ardha Hanuman, half monkey split. So you're going to rock back and then dig the heel in, draw the toes up on that front leg. And then inhale, come forward. Exhale. If the knees are a bit tender, you can flip your mat over, double it up, forward. Taking the hips back. One more, come forward and take the hips back. And then we're going to place the palms down, step back to down dog, take a vinyasa or stay in down dog. Using your Ujjayi breath. And then from down dog, inhale, left leg lifts. Bring the left foot between your hands and come up into high lunge. Bring the arms up. You want to sink the hips, but strong through that back thigh. Reach, knit the ribs, turn the gaze up. And then, how's it going? Oh yeah, sorry, warrior one. Exhale, drop the right heel down, swivel the hips, drive through that back heel, engage, Kali Mudra, James Bond, turn the gaze up. And then we're coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So remembering we're doing this little stretch on it again. So bring the right hand to your hip, hop the right foot forward, left palm down. So keep the gaze down, keep the hand on the hip. We're paying attention to the external rotation of the right thigh. And you want to flex that back foot so you can really feel the calf muscles engaging. Good work, Mark. One more breath. And then exhale, roll the hip back round, place the foot back down in high lunge. Step back to down dog. Stay in down dog or take a vinyasa. Okay, and then inhaling, we're going through that section again. Lift the left leg up. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior one. And then inhale, hop forward, the half moon. So this time, as you stand, flex the foot, lift through the back heel. You're going to roll those right ribs open. Roll the right hip, so you're trying to stack hips and shoulders and then reach the right fingertips up to the ceiling. Flex your foot, Kay. And roll the toes up. Exhale, float the foot down, well done. Step back to down dog. And everybody come into child's pose. Resting child's pose. Let the arms rest. You're doing great. No, I'm more surprised that I'm actually remembering roughly where I'm going with it, not causing confusion. And if child's pose isn't for you, it doesn't feel good for your knees, roll onto your back and just hug your knees in. Okay, and then coming up to sit. And take your towel roll. So if we're going to come into Malasana squat. So if you can't have your heels down, you can either roll your mat to put your heels on, or place your towel roll so that you can have the heels up. And if even then it doesn't feel good for knees, you can still, if you can, come into a squat. So come into a squat. You want your toes slightly out. You want to make sure the knees are tracking in the direction of the toes. But if you can come into the full squat, drop your hips. And then bringing the hands onto the inside. Would it help to take your feet apart? Yeah. So feet wider is often easier. And you're trying to lift your chest. So sink tailbone down, lift your chest up. And then if you can, palms drawing in towards your chest. And your elbows pressing your thighs away. Satisfying. And breathe. Helen, if you have the balls of your feet off the towel roll and your heels on it, hold on, if you come right off, and I'll. Oops. I just put the heels on. Yeah, is that all right? Okay. And then when we're here, curl in a little, curl down, and get one arm, say your left arm on the inside. So you're pressing the upper arm against the inner thigh and bring the hand down. And then revolving, reach the other arm up. So you're leaning forward, trying to come onto the balls of the feet. And a twist. And then bring the other hand down. So coming in, press that leg away, bring the hand down, and reach the other arm up. And then bring both hands in front of you, lift your hips, bring your feet parallel, and then we're going to come to sit. Legs out in front of you. Navasana, boat pose. So be hip distance apart, hands under your thighs, sit nice and tall. So you want to push down through your bottom, those sitting bones pressing down so you can lift up, straightening the spine. Draw your pelvic floor up, navel in, gaze, drishti straight ahead. Lean back a little, come onto your toes. And then we were going to lift the shins, spread the toes to activate the lower leg muscles, and reach the arms. And if there's any way that that's not happening, then you can hold on, you can even keep the toes down, just find where you're at. But what we don't want is the lower back, the core to go, and it just dumps into the lower back. So if you need to have the feet down but keep squeezing the core, reach, gazes on your toes, and then exhale, cross your legs, palms beside you, little pulse up, and then come back into Navasana. Legs up, reach. If you want to go into the full, it's not happening. If you want to straighten your legs, straighten them and breathe. And exhale, cross your legs the other way, palms beside, it'll pulse up. One more. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, little pulse up. And then come to lie back, feet on the mat. Dead bug. So lift your shins up. So your knees are above your hips, your shins are parallel to the mat, and then reach your arms up. You want to kind of really draw the core in, but you're going to straighten your left leg and reach the right arm overhead. And then you're going to change. It's real coordination and not so good. Go with the breath, nice and steady, not too fast. So look at you lot flailing around. And then hug your knees in. I think that's the hardest thing with that one, is the actual coordination. Then drop your feet down, feet wide with the knees bent, arms go wide with the palms down, windshield wipers. So let the knees drop one way. On the exhale, the head rolls the opposite direction. And then inhale, back to center. So not too fast, just let the legs feel that internal, external rotation. Okay, and then hug your knees in. And then you're going to rock to sit forwards and back, use your core 3 times till you come all the way up. Okay. Legs out in front. Bend the left leg, bring the left leg over. Hold on to your shins, lift up, so push through your bottom, lifting up. And then left hand behind you, right arm hugs in, exhale, revolve. So shoulders away from ears. And then come back to center. You're going to keep the legs crossed. The right ankle is now going to be across the left knee. Flex the foot and move yourself towards the shin, sit up. So we're stretching through piriformis. So you're pressing the shin into the thigh. So you can gauge how strong it's going to be by moving yourself back away from it. So the closer you are to your shin, obviously the harder it is to sit up. And breathe. Okay. And then release. Then the other side, right leg across. Right leg, yep. Sitting tall. And then hug left arm. Right hand goes behind. Exhale, revolve. And then inhale, come back to center, bend that right leg, flex the foot, glute stretch. So trying to sit up so you can press the shin into the foot. And then exhale, release. Come onto your hands and knees. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist for pigeon. So you're going to bring the right toes across towards the other side of the mat and then slide your left leg back. So toes, yeah, you might need to lift the back knee to get the toes across to the other side. Walk your hands back in line with the front knee. Press through the shin, lift up, engage your core. Get length in the front of the hip, and then you're going to settle those hips down. So you're trying to stay level. If your bottom wants to go off to the side, just prop it with your towel roll or block. And either bring your hands forward and stay, or if you can, fold. And here we're trying to soften. So use a long exhale to tell your body this is what it wants to do. It might resist you. Okay, and then bring your palms down, tuck your left toes under, and bring the knees back. You're now going to bring the left knee into pigeon. So left knee behind left wrist, toes across. So you kind of roughly want the heel under the opposite hip. If you can get the shin more parallel, that's because you're very mobile through the hips, but it's not necessary. You just want to try and feel a stretch through the buttock and thigh. Bring your hands back, draw your navel in, lift, press through that shin, engage. You feel that lunge in action in that right hip, and then settle down and fold. And then palms down, tuck the back toes under, and you're going to come into Shavasana relaxation. So get your warm things on if you need, lying on your back,